Connection went out for a bit, but um, I know you got all
Who's
your
in front of us on the
flobbies.
car?
I know you got all your flobbies, but we can go over this quick. What's your in-game name and current level?
Lindsey Freyja and level 7.
Do you meet all our basic requirements? Working like fluent English, 18 years or older, level 6 CS certificate, no active violations, no criminal activities?
Yeah, I meet all the requirements.
Okay. Have you been in any faction before? If yes, why did you leave?
I haven't been in any other faction.
Do you have any past strike suspensions or disciplinary actions?
No, I don't.
5. What skills, qualities, or strengths do you bring to Linwood Army?
I'm an active shooter. I know how to, get around. I also know how to follow commands, whatever's asked of me. Um, I'm friendly, so I can get along, the gang, the people, well, soldiers. Yeah.
How would you respond if you're given an order you personally disagree with?
I think I'd really just chuck it to the chin. Like, if something's asked of me, I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna disagree with something on my personal feelings.
Okay, how do you handle disrespect from another soldier?
I can ignore stuff pretty easily, but like if it's something that's too out of hand, I can take it to an up rank.
Okay, yeah, when like handling disrespect from another soldier, you can come talk to the generals, for example. Have your body cam recorded no matter what, and send it to the higher ups, because for the 5 core base rules is respect, so no comrades in the army should disrespect another soldier.
Yeah, okay.
8. What does discipline mean to you in a faction like Linwood Army? Number 8. So, what does discipline mean to you in a faction like Linwood Army?
Oh my bad, my thing good. Discipline for like myself, I feel like, just staying focused on what I have to do, listening to commands, um, being able to put anything that I wanted to do like outside the base aside and just, sticking to what I gotta do.
Alright, my bad. 9. How would you respond if a superior corrected you or reprimanded you in front of others?
I probably wouldn't say nothing at the time. I'd probably like, pull them aside or send a text, but I mean, like I said, I can ignore stuff pretty easily, so.
Yes, when getting corrected by a superior, that means they like literally care, because they want what's best for you in a uniform. Like um, for example, like going over the army faction rules 1 through 10 and the roleplay rules 1 through 15 in this game, like superior correcting you, like as me, for example. um we normally go by the army faction rules 1 through 10 and the roleplay rules 1 through 15. Normally we handle that situation if a comrade or any uniform, for example, breaking those rules, we normally correct them. And if they do it again second time, we have, body cam recorded always. 10. Do you fully understand and accept the importance of following the chain of command?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
11. How active are you daily or weekly?
I'd probably get on every day, probably for a couple hours, or every other day.
Okay, okay. Are you willing to attend trainings, operations, and events on time?
Yeah, I am.
Yes, normally we attend trainings, normally 3 raids. After 3 raids, we're done with trainings and operations. With like for as I know, for the operations, for the raid times, we have 6 raids, for example. Um, training, those trainings for the first three, um, it's it it has benefits for your XP points to rank up. For example, just you know do what you have to do, following the orders. After the 3 raids are up, we normally have briefing over here, and we come here to HQ to take a picture to get your XPs higher.
Okay, okay.
13. What would you do if you were reprimanded or demoted for misconduct?
Um, I don't, I don't think I'd do too much, but try to change, you know, why I got, the reason I got demoted for. Yeah.
Yeah, going back to my question 13.
You're covering your mic.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, for these reprimanded or demoted for misconduct is an example of, breaking the rules of the Army faction rules 1 through 10 and the RP rules 1 through 15, for example. Those reprimanded can be learned to, a mistaken for what happened in a uniform. For example, breaking those rules can lead to consequences like going into jail, for example, can get you reprimanded for not following the orders, for abide by military law in a uniform, for example. So going to 14, how will you ensure you remain active and reliable within the Army?
I mean, by flying in, staying active. Um, Anything that's asking me, I'll do it. Command wise. With the event, like the raids and stuff. I mean, just following orders and being here.
Yes. 15. Why do you want to join Linwood Army specifically?
Just something new. I haven't done, tried the army, and I haven't had a character in this server, so I mean, why not?
16. What does loyalty mean to you in the context of a faction?
Um, why not? Leaving the army, staying with, the soldiers, the people, having their back when somebody, tries to come in, um, things like that.
Yes, loyalty is a means big, it means a lot in the Army. Loyalty and the duty and the honor in a uniform, Um, by loyalty means, showing respect to your colleagues, your comrades in a uniform, no matter what. Loyalty is a big one. It leads to, the five core base values. Loyalty is a big one. It's an honor to be in a uniform to help out the citizens of one state. So keeping that abide by loyalty means your role in the faction of the army, why you want to commit to it, for example. 17. Where do you see yourself in Linwood Army in the next 3 to 6 months?
Probably. I don't know. I can't tell you where I would be, but maybe something a little higher ranked or something. I don't know. Just take it day by day.
Yes, take it day by day, 3 to 6 months. You can see yourself, if you're really fully committed into a uniform in the army, you'd see yourself in a position where you can be a general and be all you can be and lead by example by the army law, just by following the army faction rules 1 through 10 and the RP rules, for example. Going to 18. If promoted, how would you lead and set an example for others?
Um, I mean, not on like a follower tip, like, oh, I don't know. Just show them show them basically what is needed of them. Show them how they're supposed to move, how they're supposed to act. XYZ.
Yes, once you're promoted, leading by example in the army for others, for your comrades in a uniform. Like, set an example to maintain a discipline in a faction. If you are really committed to staying in the army, that promotion is like a privilege. For example, um, being a privilege in the army, it means a lot to set an example for others like your comrades. When promoted, um, you have the tasks and roles that you are given, such as once as you pass through a soft hat, which you are now, and into a hard hat, you have the roles that you should abide by: military law, the army faction rules, and teach them if you are really committed to it. Um, just by leading an example, if being promoted, for example. 19. If a fellow soldier refused to follow direct orders during training or an operation, how do you handle the situation?
I think if a general's there, they would see it, but I'd probably, say something like, let's do some training. It's not that hard. But if a general's there, they have more say so than I do. So
Like, if a soldier refuses to follow direct orders, for example, for
you're
training.
covering your mic.
Sorry about that. Um, if a fellow soldier refuses to follow direct orders during training or any operation, for example, make sure body cam is on and report it to chain of command, for example. If you hear wrong information on the walkie-talkie, how would you respond?
Wrong information is in what exactly?
So, wrong information on the walkie-talkie, like soldiers playing with the walkie-talkie is like playing around with a walkie-talkie. How would you respond?
Um, I mean, I think my body can, capture that, and I can, just send it to the general, or just be like, let's limit traffic on the walkie-talkie if it's unnecessary.
Yes, yes. It's not good for a soldier to playing with a walkie-talkie. Um, Normally we say 10-9 repeat. Repeat or stop playing with the walkie-talkie. For example, 21. Imagine two soldiers start arguing during duty. How do you resolve it?
I would try to, separate them. Show them, at the end of the day, we're all family. This is all, we're supposed to be united as one. So, I try to pull them aside, maybe talk to them. If things are too escalated, try to get a higher up, to resolve the situation.
Good answer. 22. Do you understand that failure to remain active, disciplined, and respectful will lead to consequences?
Yes, I understand.
23. Are you ready to commit fully to serving the Linwood Army with loyalty and respect?
Yes, I am.
It would be an honor, Leading by loyalty and respect is a huge one. By loyalty means that you are disciplined in your role and tasks in the uniform, and respect to your comrades is the huge big one. And to remind that respect, watch out what you say or do, lead by example. With respect is the huge one. Treat your comrades how you want to be treated, for an example. 24. Do you have any questions for us before we proceed?
No, I don't think so. I feel like I got a good understanding of, what is asked of me, and how I should represent myself here.
Okay.